Hey folks, Cody here, back with a beginner-friendly bluegrass guitar lesson. First off, I'm not going to focus so much on breaking down this lick, but I am going to focus on a very, very important element inside of this lick, and this is for anybody that not only just wants to learn bluegrass music, but if you're trying to learn like American music in general, you're going to want to stick around for this lesson. My name's Cody. I went to school for bluegrass music at East Tennessee State University's Bluegrass and Old Time Country Music program up there in Johnson City, Tennessee. On this channel, I focus on all things bluegrass, getting you prepped to learn and play it, because that's what I like doing and I'm here to share it with you. And you don't have to go to an expensive school like I did. But what I want to share today is the important note in American music, I'm going to call it, okay? So go ahead and get your pencils and papers out. Memorize what I'm about to show you, because if you're getting into bluegrass or country guitar or other forms of like American style music, we have a tendency to like ask the question like, what scale do we play? And I'm gonna make it super simple for you. I'm just gonna introduce one note to you, okay? So we are in the key of G for this example. I like to think that like 50% of all bluegrass tunes are in the key of G, or we use a capo and put it in like the key of A, or the key of B flat if we're on the 3rd fret, but use the same chord shapes, okay? So we use the key of G a lot. We'll just put it with that, okay, or put it there. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna focus on like a G major scale, all right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay? The important part here, in American country bluegrass style music, what we're gonna do is take that 3rd note, do, re, mi, and we're gonna flatten that note. In this case, we're gonna move it towards the headstock, okay? That is the secret note. It's called a flattened 3rd. I've heard some people call it a minor 3rd, but it's a B flat note, okay? What it's called is not important. What you need to know is there's one right there, 2nd or A string, 1st fret. There's one right here on your G string, 3rd fret. And then there's one right here on your high E string, on your 6th fret, and remember what's on our high E string is also on our low E string because they're the same note, okay? That's the B flat note, that's the flattened 3rd, and remember this, the more times that you throw that note into a lick, the more bluegrassy it's going to sound, which is exactly what I did there at the beginning. I'm gonna go back to that in just a second, but first, let's just take that classic bluegrass G run. If you don't know how to play this, there's tabs down in the description, grab it. Ooh, that was kind of messy. All right, what I'm doing there is that important slide I've talked about in other videos. I'm traveling over that B flat note, okay? Right there. And that bit of chromatic interval, and what I mean by that when I say chromatic interval, is we're just kind of moving up the frets there, all right? Just think of it that way. We're not skipping over frets. That slide is over that B flat. The whole G run, or what gives that G run its bluegrassiness, is that slide over that special note, okay? Let's go back for just 1 second to that opening lick that I played, and it went something like this, and I say something because lots of times I'm not gonna play this exactly the same, but I'm gonna integrate the same concept into the lick, and that is the important part. That's the important part. So I was going, the first B flat, I was starting there with my pinky, and I was going, and then I was going 3rd fret on my high E string, kind of climbing up the 3rd fret there. One more time. And then I was sliding to the 2nd fret on that G string, and there's the 2nd B flat note right there, okay? So I was going, there's the first one, that half step slide from the B flat up to the 7th fret there, and then I used it again. All right, and there's the 2nd one, super bluegrassy. I call that the fulcrum of twang right there because we can go either way. Okay, so once again. Or something like that, okay? And I was just ending that with the G run there. And that is the secret. That's kind of how you got to think about, the way that I think about unlocking all these licks. And of course, there's so much more to this. Don't think that this is everything. But as a general rule, like that is where we get the bluegrassiness sound, okay? But let me show you one more thing here. There's another slide that you use often. What I recommend doing now that you've seen this, on what I'm about to show you is go watch YouTube videos and you're gonna see this slide happen a lot in bluegrass music. Looks like that. Oh. You might hear something like that. Okay? Now what's happening there is you're traveling over that fulcrum of twang, that B flat, and you can go backwards and you get the same effect. Okay? So in review there, special note, flattened third, do, re, mi, flatten that note, it's a B flat, right there, right there, right there, and right there. Integrate those into your playing, especially if you are at a beginning level, and if you would like to keep learning with me, if you like this practical style of like get to the root of the roots music, I do offer an 85 lesson beginner friendly bluegrass guitar course if you want to check the description below. Cool thing is it's not made for YouTube, so I go nice and slow, it doesn't have to be as punchy, and really show you how these licks work and how you can play them and combine them to make cool sounding runs. And I also take you through 15 bluegrass breaks and instrumentals, so that's super fun, and that's really what you got to do in order to be jam ready for a bluegrass circle, which is a lot of fun and rewarding. And you know, a big message here on this channel is that we should be spending maybe less time on our devices and more time out in the community, say in a bluegrass jam. And also I really believe that this is good for our noggins and helps me at least to get off of a screen and focus on something that's unplugged. Also, if you want to stay up to date, the best thing to do would be subscribe here, turn on the bell notification. Also, sign up to my email mailing list down in the description below. I'm going to send you all kinds of bluegrass, nerdy stuff, gear reviews. I'll send you updates on some of the stuff that I'm doing here on the channel. And it goes beyond like lessons. I'm also going to do some interviews with old friends from my bluegrass program and really just get absorbed in this digital sort of bluegrass world, all right? So subscribe to that newsletter below and reach out to me, email, always booking shows and hoping to spotlight some music stores around Appalachia and beyond here in the next coming year. Big plans for the channel, and so hope to see you out there. Drop me a line. See you folks, bye-bye.